All right, time to get another interview going. My name is Big Reid. It's 99.7 now, and from what I heard, this is your first radio interview ever.
This is my first one. Thank you for having me. This
No
is so
problem.
crazy.
Conan Gray in the studio. Now, give the Bay Area a brief summary of your music and how you got started.
Well, I started writing music when I was 12, and I started putting up those videos of me singing these songs online, and then it just kind of snowballed, and then I ended up making an EP named Sunset Season, and now I'm here playing shows.
You have a big show tonight at the August Hall.
Yes.
Right here in San Francisco. You've been on the road opening up for Panic at the Disco.
Mm-hmm.
I asked you before the interview started, and I told you I was going to ask it when we got the cameras rolling. Best way to describe opening up for those guys?
Just absolutely mind-blowing, and it made no sense at all. And I thought that it would feel a certain way, but when I walked out there, you can't tell that there's 15,000 people in the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
It just like a black void of nothing at all, and you sing something, and then the black void's and screams back at you.
Word.
But it's weird. It's kind of like singing to nobody. It's strange, and it was just awesome to see him perform every night.
So it's basically you kind of black out. You go on the stage and it's yo, I have to just sing and just handle business.
Yeah, it's I get so nervous before the shows that I think that I'm gonna puke everywhere and pass out.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second I'm up there, I'm kind of just well, I'm stuck up here. I kind of gotta do my thing now. So yeah, it's just I totally black out. I look back at videos of me performing and I don't know who that is. I'm kicking and screaming and stuff, and I don't know. It just feels like a different person when I'm up there.
I mean, you're having fun at the same time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Did you because I have a lot of anxiety from different things.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have anxiety before you hit the stage for the first time? Was it freaking you out?
Yeah, I mean, before the first show that I ever played, because opening for Panic, we were playing really big arenas, and I played the Forum the other day, and that was my 10th show of my life. So I really haven't been playing that many shows.
Mm-hmm.
And the first show that I played was in October, and I just remember before going on stage thinking why did I get myself into this? What am I doing? I tricked myself into thinking I was good at singing. I'm horrible. It was just crazy. I always get super, super nervous, and I think I'm just a naturally shy person. So going up on stage kind of goes against every single instinct in my body.
Mm-hmm. So when did you realize you had the voice? I know you say you started doing videos when you were 12, but I'm sure you started singing around the house in the shower and stuff like that before that. When did you figure it out yo, this is something I really want to do?
I'm not really sure. I feel I've always been singing, and my mom said that I never shut up ever. And I feel I've always been writing songs. I remember when I was little, I would sit in the shower and sing the labels on the bottles
mm-hmm.
and make up songs like that. And I don't know, I can't really remember a time that I wasn't singing. And I think the first time I realized that maybe it wasn't normal for me to sing as much as I do is my neighbor heard me singing one time, and then she brought me around my whole entire neighborhood and forced me to sing for all of my neighbors.
That's awesome.
But yeah, I've just always been singing. I don't even remember a time before it.
I feel we could relate on that subject because, you said that you would read labels off of shampoo or anything in the shower. Before I had a chance to really get on the radio, I would be driving and I'll see a sign and I'll just act like I'm on the radio, I'm talking about that sign. So I feel we relate on that sense.
Yeah.
So you have your EP out, Sunset Season. You're getting a lot of love on it. A lot of people love the tracks. Our producer for my night show, Angelina, she went to the show when you performed with Panic at the Oracle Arena, and she came back oh my God, while she was there, she basically fell in love with you and your music and everything. And she was yo, we have to have him here. He has to come. And then we have a listener, Paris, who just head over heels for you and just loves your music. Are you currently in the studio working on more music? What do you got coming up next?
Yeah, well, I'm currently working on an album,
mm-hmm.
Which has been in the works. I mean, I write all of my music myself, so it's kind of just been a matter of getting these hundreds of songs that I've written and whittling them down to the best ones. And I just released a single last week called The King, which just came out, and it's been really fun to play live because that's one of those songs that you just kind of want to kick someone in the face to.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but just working on an album and getting everything done and touring mostly right now. I'm going to be on the road for the next month and a half.
Where are some of the other cities you're going to? Are you going out of the States? Have you been out of the States before?
Yeah, well, I'm from Texas, so I really haven't done much traveling. I feel when you're from a small town, you don't really do much.
Yeah.
But we're doing all of the U.S. and parts of Canada, which I'm really excited for Canada as well, because I feel Canadians are just cooler than Americans.
You think so?
I think so.
Well, they do have Shawn Mendes and
Yeah.
Justin Bieber and those guys.
Like,
and
yeah,
Drake.
they just have a good group of people out there.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. Now I know that Lorde has a big influence on you. Like what about her music like that moves you?
I think Lorde was like the first artist, especially pop artist,
Mhm.
that really made music about kind of just like normal life. Not really necessarily like party and drugs and blah 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 blah. It was
Yeah.
like I'm riding in my car with my friend and it's cool. Like
Yeah.
she was the first person that kind of like blew my mind and like made sense to me that like you can kind of write music about anything. And yeah, I feel like from a songwriter's perspective, her music is really complex, and I'm just a sucker for like really good quintessential pop music.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Now we know you want to work with Lorde. Who are some of the other artists that you see yourself working with in the future that you feel that your style and your sound meshes good with?
Shoot, there's a lot of people that I'd love to work with, but I feel like it's been kind of just with the album, it's kind of been like I've had a lot of cool opportunities to work with them already, so it's just been really fun. But that's all like under wraps. I think it'd be sick to make a song with Khalid. He's like the coolest, and he's a buddy of mine. He's just like great. And Billy is a friend of mine, and I love her to death, and I'd love to make a song with her. But we'll just see what happens. I just love making music, and I'd honestly write with anyone.
Awesome. Where do you see yourself in 5 years from this point?
5 years from now, I'll hopefully still be touring because I love touring. I'm just like so restless, and any excuse to like not be in a city for more than a day, I'll take. But hopefully, I'm really excited for that like phase of my life where I like am writing for other people and like I'm like settled down and have a dog and stuff like that.
For sure.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
I feel that. And like, so with your experiences so far, have you had to like deal with any like negative things at this point? I'm sure stuff happens.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you've learned so far that you want to try to avoid in the future, like with doing music?
I think these days, because of the internet, you're just
Absolutely.
like so connected to all these people, which is like simultaneously like a really beautiful thing, but also kind of horrible. And I think it's definitely something that needs to be taken like in small doses. And I think when people comment things, they don't realize that like most of us see everything that's being said about us, and
really.
unless you're like actively try not to. So yeah, I think everyone gets their fair share of bad stuff, but it's always outweighed by like all the good things. I feel like everyone's gonna get bad stuff, like no matter who you are. There's always gonna be people who are trying to drag you down, but like the best thing you can possibly do is just like focus on the good things that are being said about you, because those people who are trying to drag you down, like they don't care about you. They're just trying to like ruin your day.
If you can get rid of one social media platform. Because I know I feel like there's one that's a little bit more negative than all of them. But if there's one that you can get rid of, what platform would that be?
Ooh. I wouldn't get rid of anyone, but I would say that I wish that people would stop being as fake on Instagram.
Word.
I feel like people are so fake on Instagram because like Twitter is kind of just like instant, like whatever, and I love Instagram to death. I'm literally always on it. But I just wish people were just a bit more genuine, because like we don't need to be tricking people into thinking we're perfect, because we're all very, very far from that.
Yeah, I think Twitter is like the one that has the most like negativity, like,
but it's real though.
Yeah, but they could just tweet you some craziness.
Yeah, I get some crazy
I'm
stuff.
sure you get some crazy tweets.
Yeah.
I'm sure, because I do a little radio show, and people be sending me some crazy stuff. I'm like, yo, bro, like, why would you say that?
Twitter's
like,
a weird place.
What's going on?
But Twitter's just like great meme material. Like all like it's like kind of like the birthplace of like all that weird content.
What's your favorite meme? Do you have a meme that like that just stands out in your mind that you like, no matter how many times you see it, like you just laugh like hilariously?
Oh God, have you ever seen that video of that girl, and she's like sitting outside a window and she's like, "Let me talk to you." she knows.
I know she's seen it. She's the
like,
meme queen.
"Let me talk to you." Like that's me all the time with my friends, and I'm always sending them that video like, "Let me talk to you." I feel like that always makes me laugh every single time.
That's awesome. Well, I appreciate you taking some time out before your show tonight, the August Hall. A lot of our listeners, I do this Instagram Live, and I was like, yo, I got some tickets for Conan Gray. Send the screenshot. We're going to get you guys in there. And phone exploded. Like, they're super excited. They love your music, and we can't wait to see, like, the artists. I mean, you're a great artist now, but the artist that you grow into over the next few years as you continue to build your brand. It's going to be fun to watch, bro.
Thank you so much, and thanks for having me out for my first interview.
This
on
is
the
your
radio.
first interview? That's
first
crazy.
radio interview. It's just,
I didn't know it was your first radio interview.
Yeah,
you
it's
know
pretty
what I mean?
fun. It's all very fun
awesome.
for me.
That's awesome.
Thank you so much.
Well, thank you for coming through. We appreciate it.